It was my first day off after a work week. I spent my only free morning mowing their overgrown lawn, crawling through the flooded basement to patch a leak. The whole time, no one said thank you. As I finally sat down, exhausted, my father pushed his plate away, looked me up and down with contempt, and said, "You're a failure. Still leeching off us like a useless child. I'm ashamed to call you my son. You'll never amount to anything." My mother sat in silence, eyes glued to her phone. I got angry, didn't say a word, and walked out the door. 4 years later, my phone was flooded with 17 desperate messages begging me. Hey everyone! Before we dive in, I have a quick favor to ask. If you enjoy content like this, please hit the subscribe button. It's free, supports the channel, and ensures you never miss out on amazing videos. Alright, let's get started. Honestly, if you told me last week I'd be posting on Reddit about my dad calling me a waste of space, I'd have said, nah, I'm not the type. But here we are. Guess I just need somewhere to dump this because I'm still keyed up and I don't really want to text my friends for the millionth time. So this is a bit of a rant, NGL, but it's also just like, you ever notice some weird thing, tiny detail, and it sits in your head? Like I'm mowing the lawn at my parents' house. It's stupid early, grass is wet, sky's that flat gray, and my dad's standing at the window just staring. Not waving, not nodding, just standing there arms crossed, like he's waiting for me to screw it up. Not even pretending he's got something better to do. Just watching. I keep thinking, is he looking for something to pick at? IDK, it's a thing he does, always has. Background, I've been crashing at my parents' place for a bit. Not forever, not even that long, but long enough for it to get weird. I'm saving to move, doing night shifts, barely home, so when I am, I try to help out. Honestly, the place is a mess. Not hoarder level, just like they stopped caring. Grass comes up to my knee. There's this patch behind the shed with weeds taller than me. The basement smells like wet dog, and there's always water somewhere it shouldn't be. I know they don't have extra cash, and I'm not rolling in it either, but I can patch stuff, I can mow a lawn, I can stop stuff from falling apart. So I do it. I just figured it's what you do, you know? But the vibe's always off. My mom barely talks to me, she's glued to her phone, always scrolling, never really looking up. My dad, Wayne, he's that type where nothing's ever good enough, especially with me. He's got this thing, like he was always the golden boy in his family. Did the right stuff, got a house, married young, never shut up about how nobody ever handed him anything. So I guess he can't handle seeing me doing anything my own way or not leveling up fast enough. His words. I'm not a total loser. I pay rent, I buy my own food, I don't ask them for anything except a place to sleep, and I help out more than my sisters ever did. But that doesn't seem to matter. I know he thinks I'm lazy or not ambitious. I see it on his face every time he walks by. It's like he's waiting for me to trip so he can go, "See? Told you so." Anyway, so this was my first morning off all week, and I'm up at 8 dragging the mower out, getting soaked because the grass is ridiculous, like you'd think it was abandoned. I finish, and he's already at me, says I missed a spot near the fence. I'm like, whatever, I'll get it later. Just need to eat something first. He walks off, shaking his head. I go inside and my mom's in the kitchen, but she doesn't say anything, just keeps scrolling. I grab a granola bar, head downstairs because I know there's a leak and nobody else is going to deal with it. The basement's worse than I thought. Water pooling in the corner, cold and gross, and the old towels they stuck there are already soaked through. I start moving boxes, most of it's just junk, old holiday stuff, some tools. I can hear my dad upstairs. He's on the phone, probably loud on purpose. I try to ignore it, but it's like he wants me to hear him saying stuff about how no one takes initiative anymore, and kids these days are soft. I'm not even sure if he means me or just anyone under. After like 2 hours of crawling around, using duct tape and whatever sealant I could find, I get it, so it's not a flood anymore. Just damp. My hands are freezing, my knees are all scratched up, and I drag myself upstairs to finally sit down. I'm hungry, I'm tired, my back's killing me. My mom's reheating whatever leftovers are around. Doesn't say anything, just puts the plate on the table. I sit, my dad sits. There's maybe 2 seconds of quiet, then he just pushes his plate away, shoves it actually, and looks at me. There's this look I can't even describe. Not mad, just disappointed, but like mean about it. He says, "You're still here, huh?" I look at him. I don't know what to say. Then he just goes off, says I'm a failure, says I'm leeching off them, that he's ashamed to call me his son, that I'll never amount to anything. Just like that. My mom doesn't even look up, just keeps tapping her phone. It's not even a fight. It's just him talking at me like I'm not even there. I say, "What? You want me to leave?" He just shrugs. I'm not even mad at first, just tired, I guess. But then he gets up, walks past me, knocks into my shoulder like I'm in his way. I stand up and I feel it coming. Like I'm not going to just sit here and take this. I grab my backpack, slam my water bottle down, and go straight for the door. My mom says nothing. I hear my dad mutter something about real men don't run away. I slam the door hard. So yeah, I just walked out. Didn't even know where I was going, just started walking. Didn't pack anything except my phone, wallet, and charger. I'm done. I know people are going to say it's harsh, but I've spent months picking up after these people, fixing things, paying bills when they can't, always being told it's not enough. Everyone in my family knows my dad's a hard ass. He was raised that way, always pushing, never giving credit, thinks if he's tough on you, you'll magically get motivated and become a CEO or whatever. Doesn't work on me, just makes me want to get as far away as possible. Could have just yelled at him, could have thrown something. But honestly, I think walking out hurt more. Left him with the mess. Left them both to figure out their own crap. I don't plan on going back. Not even for my stuff. I texted my cousin, going to crash with him for a bit. But I'm not telling my parents where I'm at. Not this time. So yeah, that was my only day off this week. Happy Saturday to me, I guess. I'm done playing family handyman. Done being the guy who fixes everything and gets nothing. IDK what's going to happen next, but I'm not going back. Not after that. If anyone's got some advice for dealing with parents who just will never give you credit, feel free to drop it. But honestly, I just needed to get this out. Next time they want the basement patched, they can crawl down there themselves. Update 1. So yeah, last post I just walked out after my dad went off on me for literally fixing their house all morning. And I meant it. I wasn't coming back, not even to pick up my charger. I bought a new one from a gas station, whatever. I crashed at my cousin's, Samuel. Not that close, but he's chill and just shrugs. I show up with my stuff in a garbage bag. I didn't tell my parents where I went. Didn't block them though, just muted the chat. There's this weird relief waking up somewhere. I don't have to worry about getting side-eyed over a cup left in the sink. The first week was dead quiet. I thought maybe that would be it, like they just move on. Or at least that's what my mom always does. She never wants to talk about anything. My dad, Wayne, he's the type who'd rather pretend nothing happened if he doesn't get his way. I figured they'd get someone else to mow the lawn or call a neighbor for the basement. I was wrong, obviously. It started as these half-assed texts. Hey, when are you coming to get your stuff? The grass is growing again. You left your mail, etc. I ignored them. I didn't owe them an answer. Then I got a call from my Aunt Gail. She's not really in the loop, but she's the one who always tries to keep the family peace. She just goes, "Your mom said you stormed out. What happened to you two? I'm not getting involved, but you know your dad isn't doing great. You could at least come now." I just told her I don't live there. Not my job. NGL, I got a little satisfaction out of that. I know it sounds petty, but after years of doing all their grunt work for free and getting nothing but crap for it, I wasn't about to drop everything to fix their mess. I started remembering all the stuff I'd set up for autopay on the electric, the old plumber's number in my phone, the code for the garage, even the damn Wi-Fi password was something I'd picked because my dad could never remember numbers. So I started undoing it. Slowly, I took my name off everything I could, utilities, repair contacts, even the rewards card at the grocery store. I changed the password on the Wi-Fi to something random and didn't tell anyone. It's not illegal. It's just my stuff, my accounts. I have every right. I deleted myself from the family calendar app, left the group chat with the neighbor where we'd coordinate trash pickup and snow shoveling. I even texted the guy who used to plow the driveway in winter and told him to send invoices straight to my dad from now on, not me. Meanwhile, my parents start blowing up my phone more. My dad leaves voicemails, which he never does, just going, "You need to be a man and take responsibility. This house isn't going to take care of itself. You can't run away from your family forever." My mom texts, "Please just come by and look at the water heater. I don't know who else to ask." I don't answer. I know exactly what they're doing. They want me to come back and fix everything, pretend nothing happened, and then go back to being the free labor with zero thanks. Not this time. The thing is, my dad's not stupid. He just refuses to admit when he needs help. He's always had this chip on his shoulder about how he made it on his own, how his dad was even harder on him, and that's why he's so tough on me. Except it's not tough. It's just mean, and it never made me want to work harder. It just made me want to get away. My mom's not much better. She'll just act like the problem's not there and hope someone else deals with it. I guess that's why the house is such a mess now. They both just wait for things to magically fix themselves. A few weeks go by and my cousin hears from a neighbor that the lawn's out of control, like legit complaints from the homeowners association. I laugh. Can't help it. I get an email from my dad, all caps. "You need to take care of your responsibilities. Stop making us look bad." At this point, I'm just done. I reply, "I don't live there. It's not my responsibility. And you made it clear how you feel about me, so figure it out." I CC my aunt and my other cousin just so there's no way he can twist it into, "Oh, I'm the bad guy who abandoned them for no reason." He replies with some nonsense about blood is thicker than water and how I'm embarrassing him in front of the family. I leave it on read. That's when things start to get even messier. My mom tries calling me crying, which she never does. She says the basement is flooding again and the plumber wants cash up front and they don't have it right now. I tell her, "You gotta call someone else. Sorry." I'm not mean about it, but I don't cave either. She hangs up on me. A day later, she sends a long text about how I used to be a good son and she doesn't know what happened. I don't respond. Then my dad tries a new angle. He goes to my cousin, says I've left them high and dry, that I'm punishing them for no reason, that he's worried about my mental state. LOL. My cousin just shrugs and tells him I'm fine. I get the sense my dad's more mad that he can't control the story anymore. He wants everyone to think I'm the screw-up, but now people are starting to see maybe he's the problem. Not that it makes my family any more helpful. They just gossip and move on. I do start to feel a little weird about it. Not guilt exactly, but like, what if the house actually falls apart? But then I remember, I did everything for years, and they never cared. They just expected it. So I double down. I go into the junk drawer at Samuel's and find the backup garage remote, toss it in the trash. I block my parents on Venmo. I even called the insurance company to make sure my name's not on anything, just in case. I don't want to be on the hook for whatever bills come next. I don't want them using my info to get a plumber or a loan or whatever. I make it so everything that breaks, everything that needs paid, it all lands right on them. The kicker is, I hear from my aunt that my dad is now mowing the lawn himself, badly, in the middle of the afternoon, grumbling the whole time. And my mom is trying to get the neighbor's kid to help with the Wi-Fi because she can't get her phone to work on it anymore. I know it's petty, but that's the point. I'm not letting them off the hook. They made their bed, now they get to sleep in it, weeds and all. I'm not even sure what comes next. I don't need revenge in the movie sense, just not being their fallback guy is enough. But I'm not above making things uncomfortable if they try to drag me back in. They want to play hardball? I can play harder. Anyway, that's where it stands. Guess I'll see how long it takes before they really crack. I'm not picking up if they call again. I set up a filter so their emails go straight to a folder I don't check. Not my circus, not my monkeys. If you've ever had parents like this, let me know what you did, because I'm not going back. Not for a leaky pipe, not for a patch of grass, not for anything. They can figure it out themselves. For update 2, so this is getting wild, and honestly I thought I'd be over it by now, but it just keeps escalating, like my family's allergic to normal conversations or something. If you read the last one, you know I cut my parents off, left them to fix their own mess, made sure every bill and login and whatever wasn't my problem. I figured that would be it, right? Nope. It started with this random text from my cousin Ruben. Not even a close one, just kind of in the family. He's like, "Hey man, what's going on over there? Your folks are saying you left them in the lurch, stuff's not getting taken care of, and they have to handle all the bills now." I just reply, "Yeah, that's called being an adult," and leave it at that. Didn't even think twice. But then I started getting texts from other people, random relatives, who never talk to me unless it's about some drama. My Aunt Gail again, she goes, "I heard your parents' house is falling apart. Why can't you just do the right thing for your family? You know your dad's stubborn." I just ignore it. Then I find out my dad and mom are telling everyone I abandoned them, and that I'm refusing to help with urgent repairs, and that the city's been sending letters about the lawn and the flooding and whatever. They're really playing it up like I'm just some villain. My dad's got this pride thing. He can't admit he screwed up, so he always finds a way to make it look like someone else's fault. I've seen him do it with his siblings, now he's doing it to me. Then my mom texts saying, "You don't understand how much pressure your father's under. You're making it worse." I tell her, "You both made it clear I'm not welcome. I moved out, that's it." She sends this string of crying emojis like that's going to do anything. Meanwhile, I hear from Samuel, the cousin I'm staying with, that my dad called him asking if I'm okay, acting like he's worried about me, but then immediately starts ranting about how I'm irresponsible and left them with a disaster. Samuel just tells him, "Jed's fine. Maybe try talking to him instead of talking about him." My dad hangs up on him. After that, I get a letter in the mail from some insurance company addressed to me at my parents' address, and I think that's weird. I'm not on any of their policies. But then I remember the old water damage claim from years ago. My name was on the paperwork because I was the one who called them. So I call the company, tell them I don't live there, take my name off everything. They say fine, but if there's an active claim, I might get calls. I block the number. This is where I start to notice my dad is trying to shift real responsibility onto me, not just family drama. He sends me this email, all legal sounding, about how I need to fulfill my obligations as a resident and restore order to the property. Like, bro, I don't even live there. I reply, "You kicked me. I'm not on the deed, not on any bill, not responsible. Stop emailing me." CC'd my aunt and cousin again just so there's witnesses. He replies again, threatens to seek compensation for damages if I don't rectify the situation. I just laugh. I know for a fact I never signed anything. He's just bluffing, but I'm not taking any chances. So I start making sure there's no way they can use me for anything. I go back through every old text and email and delete anything that has info about my bank, my accounts, passwords, contacts for repairs, stuff like that. I text the old neighbor down the street, Catherine, who sometimes helped out with the mail, and tell her, if anyone tries to say I'm still living there, it's not true. Just so we're clear. She's like, "Yeah, your dad's been acting weird, asking about your stuff. I told him I haven't seen you." Then my parents start getting hit with real consequences. I hear from Gail that the city left a notice on their door about the grass and the basement. Apparently my dad tried to blame me to the city, said I was the one living there, I was supposed to maintain it. City people don't care. They just laugh and say, "It's your property, sir." My mom calls and leaves a voicemail, all shaky, saying, "We can't afford the fines. Can't you just come mow one more time, just this once?" I delete it. Then my dad tries to get creative. He sends this long email to our group chat, me, my cousins, my aunt, a few others. This whole thing about how family is supposed to stick together, but some people, me, don't care. And now the whole house is falling apart because of neglect. I reply in the group, "Let's be clear. I spent years fixing everything for free. Never got a thank you, just got told I'm a failure. You want to talk about neglect? Try ignoring your kid for 20 years and see how that works. I lay out every time I patched a leak, every time I paid a bill, every time I got up at dawn to mow the lawn before work, and how every time he just shrugged or criticized or told me I was useless. I tell everyone, I'm done. Don't ask me again, and if anyone tries to guilt me, I'll block you. That goes over about as well as you'd expect. My dad replies, calls me disrespectful, says I'm making things worse, that I'm airing dirty laundry. My aunt tries to mediate, saying we need to come together, but I'm not interested. Then the city actually starts posting fines, and my parents are scrambling. My mom texts my cousin to ask if he'll come help. He says no, he's busy. My dad tries to hire a kid from down the street to mow, offers to pay him. Kid says he's too busy too, which is hilarious because I know that kid, he's just playing video games all day. Nobody wants to deal with my dad. He's burned too many bridges. Final straw. My dad tries to get me to sign some paperwork just so the insurance can process the basement claim, and I'm like, absolutely not. I tell him, you figure it out. I'm not signing anything. I'm not responsible for your mess. He gets mad, calls me, starts yelling. I hang up. He calls back. I send him straight to voicemail. A couple days later, I get a text from my mom, all caps, you're tearing this family apart. I hope you're happy. I just mute her. So now they've got nobody. The house is a disaster. The bills are piling up. Nobody's coming to help, and they can't pin it on me anymore. I made sure of that. I know my dad thinks if he just yells loud enough or tells enough people his version, someone will swoop in and fix it. But not this time. For once, he actually has to deal with the consequence. And Tiba, I don't feel bad at all. If anything, I wish I'd done it sooner. I don't know what their next move is, but whatever it is, I'm not getting dragged back in. If they want to throw me under the bus, I'll make sure there's no way for them to get out from under it. Let them see what it's like when nobody bails them out. If you've ever dealt with parents like this, you get it. Sometimes the only way to win is to walk away and let them sit in their own mess. We'll see what happens next, I guess. Not holding my breath for an apology. Final update. So it's been 4 years. Didn't really plan to come back with another update because I thought, what else is there to say, right? I dipped. Parents got what they deserved. I built a life. The end. Not even close, I guess, because I woke up last week and my phone was just, I can't even explain it. 17 missed calls and texts and voicemails stacked on top of each other, all from names I hadn't seen in forever. Not just my parents, but aunts, cousins, even that neighbor Catherine I barely remembered. First thing, my old number wasn't even my main anymore. I only kept it alive because I still had some banking stuff tied to it, and once in a while a random code or delivery notice comes through. But nobody ever actually calls. I don't know how they all decided to blow up my phone on the same day, but it was like something went off in the family group chat, and everyone got the assignment. The weirdest part is reading through the messages, because you can almost see the panic grow from one to the next. It starts with my dad, Wayne, just a regular line. Says he's reaching out, needs to talk about the house. I'm like, lol, here we go. Then there's my mom, Barbara, says it's important, asks if I can call when I get a second. Then it's a wall of missed calls back to back, one even in the middle of the night. I scroll, see a big block of text from my Aunt Gail. She's saying there's trouble with the bank, something about foreclosure and the city threatening to board up the house, and how my parents can't cope alone, and it's family duty time. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit curious. I check voicemail. My mom's voice is shaking, says, we need your help. We don't know what to do. Please call us back. My dad's voicemail is just heavy breathing, then him muttering, call me Jet, we need to talk. Then it's my cousin Wayne Jr., yes, really, who never liked me much, telling me if I don't step up, the house is gone and everyone will know it's my fault. Like, nice try, man. I start piecing it together from all the frantic half-stories. Basically, the house is falling apart for real. Like, not just the usual mess, but water damage, bills unpaid, property taxes overdue, and apparently the bank has had enough. I guess my dad tried to do a bunch of repairs himself, probably made it worse, and my mom just ignored the mail until it piled up. Something about the roof leaking, the basement flooding again, and the city sent a final warning. I don't know if they thought I was going to show up with a wrench and a checkbook or what. So here's the thing. I didn't answer. Not one call. Not one message. Nothing. I screenshotted every text, saved the voicemails, and then just blocked the numbers for good measure. I don't even feel bad. People will say that's harsh, but if you've been following this whole mess, you get it. I gave these people every chance, patched every hole, covered every bill, and the one time I needed a little decency, I got slapped down, called a leech, told I was a failure. Now, all of a sudden, I'm the only one who can save them. Some people in the comments on my last post asked why my dad was like this, why he couldn't just be normal. To be real, he's always had this thing where he needs to be on top, control everything, never admit weakness. He was the oldest in his family, got dumped on by his own dad, so he dumped it on me. I think when I finally walked away and didn't come crawling back, it broke the script. He thought I'd always be there, even if he burned every bridge, because that's what family does. Except I'm not playing that game anymore. The family naturally starts to turn on each other. There's a chain of texts in the old family group chat. My cousin sent me screenshots, where my dad's blaming my mom for not paying the bills, my mom's blaming him for not asking for help, and my aunt's blaming both of them for pushing me away. I laugh, not gonna lie. Everyone's so busy trying to not take the hit that they're just flailing. Nobody wants to actually do the work or pony up the money. They just want a scapegoat. And since I'm not around, it's chaos. I got a couple people trying to guilt me like, you're just going to let your parents lose their home. And I'm like, yeah, I am, because I'm not responsible for saving them from themselves anymore. It's wild how quick people forget what actually happened. I had one cousin say, you should at least talk to your mom. She's not as bad as your dad. But I remember all the time, she sat there facing her phone, not saying anything while he tore into me. And I'm not interested in rewriting history now that it's inconvenient for them. I didn't even tell my friends about the messages for a couple days. I was busy living my life, actually enjoying some peace. When I did mention it, they just laughed. One said, if you go back now, they'll never respect your boundaries again. Another said, you've done more than enough. Let them figure it out. I agree. So I don't know what's going to happen to the house. Honestly, I hope the city takes it and they have to move somewhere smaller and deal with it. Maybe then they'll finally realize what it feels like to be left twisting in the wind. But I doubt it. People like my dad don't change. They just find new people to blame. I know some of you want a big emotional arc or some wild twist, but there really isn't one. I walked away. I stayed away. And when they tried to suck me back in, I slammed the door again. Harder this time. The best revenge isn't a clever scheme. It's just refusing to be the one who fixes everything for people who don't actually value you. I'm not the villain. I'm just done. Anyway, if you're out there thinking you owe your family everything just because they're blood, take it from me, you don't. Sometimes the only thing you owe yourself is peace. That's it. No more updates. Whatever happens next, it's on them. Like today's story, a super thanks helps me keep bringing you the best daily content. Your support means I can keep doing what I love. Thanks for being awesome.